Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything an amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Lane. The one and only master propaganda hero's like defender of the fatherland of your 2v2 on, you guessed it is, Pachino Stalemate. In the north it is Bambone here, fighting for the German army. Deutschland sending forth with the 90th Panzer Grenadiers. We got Bessieri and bikes. Versus on the other end is the tightest of ropes, Tightrope, fighting for freedom, democracy, liberty, and the American dream. Here with the US 3rd Armored Division, and we got heavy weapons there, selected with the double Scout 30 cal opening. So we are off, ladies and gentlemen. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast, bankrolling the Warford. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on the video as well. These champions, of course, help with getting the propaganda out further via the YouTube algorithms. So, we are off here. We got Scout taking north, supported by 30 cal, but as Bessier rushing in, first shots fired here as Bambone goes straight for the cutoff point. Looking, of course, already here, mess with Tightrope's early game and make his rope perhaps a little less tight there. In the south, Scouts pushing for that southern fuel, 30 coming, catch the Bessieri, then heavy cover there, and will take a bit of while to get down, and in the process, they're not going to get the cutoff point. More Bessier there out for Bambone and Deutschland / Italia. Rushing out there with the Cacano bolt action rifles. He needs on ways for Tightrope as well. Minesweepers, flamethrowers, satchel charges, mines, who knows what he's going to do with them, but something he will absolutely do. For now, though, these Bessier is basically tying up 2 units and a significant portion of Tightrope's force for the time being, so that's not really bad. Especially since it's, they're also just not grabbing points here, so this is a significant tactical advantage that Bambone is already building up versus Tightrope, as Tightrope just firmly tries to get that cutoff point back. Men, we need that cutoff point back no matter the cost. Charge in there if you have to. So there you go, finally getting it, but certainly, it has been a bit expensive. In some ways, he did, trade 3 Bessieri for 2 Scouts, which isn't bad for Tightrope, but it comes, in terms of the larger picture, which is he didn't get the fuel point near the cutoff point, even at the munitions. Like, there's a lot of points you could have grabbed in the meanwhile instead, and it just didn't happen. That was a pretty good serve there. We got some Panzers now filling up for Bambone. And all Italian infantry there, of course. 30 cal being handed out by the bike. As Bambone zooms through the streets of Pachino. Zucchi's been up there. And the bike rushing south now. Looking to turn upon another isolated being handed Tightrope's command. And we got the infantry support center going up there for Tightrope. Likely going to rush out some half tracks here versus those goddamn crowds.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
Panzer Grenadiers being out there. Kana TK bolt action rifles, main rifle of the German army from start to end. With some variations, typically, as the woman on, they obviously look like to simplified production of this. But there are also in some cases where they basically had, various captured weapons factories just to make, Kana TKs based off whatever rifle patterns they had. So they'd be very similar, but not quite exactly Kana TKs in a sense. So, little fun fact there as well.
The enemy's pushing through here.
30 cal here in a nice position, covering good chunky over the centre. We do get the hands of the planks some fresh pressure here. For now, though, Bambone here definitely having some success with this early game. Outmaneuver Tightrope, gaining the upper hand in terms of map control. Excellent stuff there with the Germans. Less excellent stuff with the Americans, which gives you might start to feel the pressure just a bit. But he should be able to push for a half-trick soon. Engineers putting a heroic fight against the Bessier on the cutoff point. Grease guns there ripping through the Italians. And here in the centre, got that 30 cal pushed out. Further collapsing here, Tightrope's frontline control for now. Half-tank slowly getting there. We got mine spring laid down. There, good spot by the way. Bottleneck that sort of connects various potential routes here, so very good spot. The mine heading southwards, westwards here. Panzer Grenadiers on the run, and there you go. Bambone doing again, he's sitting up this time right behind Tightrope's lines and going for his cutoff point. The devious bastard. Black feeling half is all being brought up. Very much a classic DAK choice, and one you only as a USF and they should expect out of the DAK is the flat feeling half. It's just that good. Oh, pushed off the fuel right in front of neutral. That was a close save there for Tightrope. Upgrade yes, it's half track, and of course it does have an upgrade to the assault half track. People can fire up from it while it's moving. Yeehaw.
Attack mounted flak feeling is ready.
We go flak feeling out. Running on Bambone with some aggressive, self-propelled heavy firepower there to with allied infantry and light vehicles. Bring up front, bazooka ambush there, captain the half track there. Flak feeling, needs to get out of there. There you go. Bazookas heroically shoot and then completely away from the targets, hitting some nearby shrubberies and a wall. Now, scouts apparently operating under another plan that involved the bazooka men actually hitting the targets are quickly forced off. North side, Bambon's putting in pressure. He's definitely leveraging the eye mobilities currently got here in the early game versus Tightrope. Of course, the half track is nice, but having just been rather aggressively mauled, has been pulled back for repairs from sort of joining the fight again. Meanwhile, we do get bazooka upgrades to the Tightrope to go along with these two bazooka teams. Ambulance there for Bambone. Moving northwards there, hitting northern points. Panzer Pioneer with the Flammenwerfer.
Utility vehicle as requested.
There you go, bazooka upgrade up here for the Tightrope. This represents significant upgrade to his infantry in terms of dealing with enemy armor there with bazookas. In terms of repair, we got the fucking fuel on the way neutral. Definitely painful here for Tightrope. There you go, upgrade bazooka scoring several hits here on the flat feeling half track this time, almost knocking it out there. One more volley that actually hits, and they could knock it out there. Fortunately, though, the bazooka men are not as fast as a moving vehicle.
Survival improvement and smoke cannons.
There's nothing sort of fixed on with threatening the cutoff point with a more even maneuver. Got the German push off the cutoff point here. There's certainly point is surrendered German, meaning of course even as for a while. Will provide Bambone with even more fuel, posing another headache in that row. But he's aiming here for white here. Half track with captain inside, they're just unloading a lot of automatic fire to the base area. Does not fully pursue here for white. Possibly a missed opportunity, perhaps not.
Survival packages for Panzer crews have arrived. Smoke canisters have been
Smoke bombs, and of course just more durability for the light vehicles there with that upgrade. Also the Sierra. Nice ability pick there, of course, for
territory lost.
Bambone. 50 cals there for Tightrope. Upgrading one already, plus another 30 cal on the way, which will also very likely upgrade to 50 cal either immediately or down the road. Certainly giving Tightrope there and Democracy some heavier firepower. And there you go. Second 50 caliber machine gun ready. Straight for the cutoff point, Tightrope's had enough. It's time to tighten the rope here around Bambone's economy and return the favor. As we are charging 14 damage, Captain gains good hits alongside the half track. Almost half health for the Bessieri. Feeling though, joining in the fight again, keep quickly pushing off the half track. Down half health in a matter of seconds. Bazookas though getting some hits from there, got a grenade forcing them out there. Tightrope can't afford to go longer. Bazookas from the zooming in, it's already taking fire from the German, so won't be able to do much there. Grenade shocked. Sender here, 5th cal remains in possession as the 3rd cal is in there. And this is an entire engagement happening. We got Bambone grabbing up the southern points, denying Tightrope a lot of resources. So at this stage, Tightrope certainly has a casualty lead. He is definitely struggling in a variety of other ways. And what is this? We got a sniper out there for Tightrope. Now that's definitely not something we see very often.
Repairs completed. Enemy present. We can't stay
Zuki team pushed out. Northern field with them grabbed with the scouts.
Waiting on you.
The half-track buff there for support weapons. Half-track aura, whatever you want to call it. Snipers, one was done. Engineers being brought up here. We got Bambone assigned to defend the cut-off point with a bit of barbed wire, making it tough here for, of course, Tightrope to set up shop. There we go. Sniper out.
Bersaglieri ready to go.
Sitting out there, going back the north side here from those pesky Yankees. Heading
Territory
southwards.
overrun.
Sniper on the move. And a Panda 3 waiting for Bambone. Tightrope still got Super Zuki teams. I mean, they can, with the upgrade, of actually do some nasty damage to the Panda 3 Bambone isn't careful.
Minefield completed.
May, of course, at the same time not feel like the
Our
biggest
victory
hard
point is
counter
being
either.
neutralized by the enemy.
Territory secure. Holding the perimeter.
10 to 3, almost halfway done here for Bambone.
Victory point lost.
Got swinging back, south side American forces poking in.
Proximity alarm near our fuel
Cut off
point.
one again being hit by the sniper. Bazooka teams in news moving in.
Panzer Pioneers are
There you go, Panzer Pioneer letting me do some looting
Command
there.
points are available. We have a battle group awaiting use.
Did not defend the cut-off
Panzer
point
III
there,
on station.
being rendered neutral. I feel like that was doable. Eastern Field being lost again here due
Our
to
territory
German
is an
Italian
enemy
harassment. Bambone keeping that crash in the south, the Indians forced away by that flak feeling. Sniper bleeding out the German Axis
Panzer
forces
pioneers
still.
available.
Slowly building out that crash ship. Bazooka teams between 165 to 92.
Our fuel point is being neutralized by the enemy.
After crashing in, we got the bike there being forced off. Ooh, straight into a mine. Good mine there by Bambone. I'm giving Tightrope there some difficulties. Left from Russian forces, the Super Fire there and knocked out. Gets the M3 half track, but I think it's safe to say trading a flak feeling for an M3 half track is not a great trade if you're the Germans. That was pretty good there for Tightrope. And he managed like damage that Panda 3 quite aggressively with the bazooka teams. I mean, they took it down to like half health in a matter of seconds. It's only just highlighting how powerful the upgraded bazooka teams are. There you go. Panda 3 are being forced to withdraw here due to the bazooka teams and their nasty presses. Probably also selected the mark target to the captain to further increase the damage.
Territory isolated. Our resources are
Thumbs up to
stranded.
Tightrope for remembering that ability exists. Most players tend to somewhat neglect it in favor of just, you know, free artillery. And that, of course, is not to say that free artillery is bad, but just more to point out that being able to, like, you know, apply a marked target ability to increase the damage being inflicted to the target in question, this vehicle or tank, is also pretty damn good. But I think it's just a different kind of, like, pretty good that for some people perhaps may not feel as obvious as, you know, artillery. Artillery tends to be quite obvious when it happens. Marking a target is not quite obvious in the same way. It's not like the tank, you know, explodes more boldly when it's being marked. Example.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
165 to 260. Tank depot for Tightrope.
Panzer 3 is awaiting orders.
Another Panda 3 ready for Bambone. Another Panzerkampfwagen 3, Ausführung L. South side there, German Italian forces squeezing up here things against Tightrope. Depot very slow happening up north here, Panda 3s linking up with each other. Forming a stronger armoured force here for Bambone. It's Tightrope. Southside here, 50 cal holding up some vessels here, or the vessel holding 50 cal scouts the captain. be the judge. But there you go, Panther, we have trouble position out here for Tightrope, so increasing chances, utterly melting the tank later of the night. Tank there goes right around the corner. Tightrope's got plenty of manpower, but for now the issue with Tightrope is with the fuel. Of course, he could help this a bit by going for fuel caches and I suppose defending his cut-off point a bit more consistently. Right around the corner. Cut-off point being cut off. Well, fuel point now back to being neutral.
Enemy at 250 points.
Tightrope once more starting to see some difficulties here as Bambone turns on the screws here. Once more cuts off the fuel flow from the north.
Radar 30 machine guns have been made available.
Radar model 30 here for Bambone.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
Tightrope floating 700 manpower, which considering the situation on the map feels a bit odd. You'd think, yeah, with victory points as they are and the general state of the map, he would at least try for a few more units, but so far, Tightrope seems to be operating from a very different idea. I mean, certainly could be he's got some, brilliant plan.
We're losing grasp of a munitions point.
But I do have to question if he does have such a plan that it may not be quite as brilliant. Just as smooth. But I'll wait.
Armory upgrade complete,
Got a 3-inch gun here for Tightrope. I've seen more players going for the 3-inch gun. I wonder if it's because they're bored of the Pershing. Well, they're starting to realise this thing is actually like pretty damn good. Certainly, both can be true at the same time. But it's only worth pointing out, I'm definitely seeing a lot more 3-inch guns lately compared to like just seeing a lot of Pershings. So, that is a bit interesting there. South as we're getting more for the 5th counts. Up north, fight for the northern viewpoint is once more heating up here between Bambone and Tightrope. Getting reinforcement from the troop entities and some upgraded area. Tightrope needs to control the scouts, but I don't think he's paying attention, so at this point it's going to be too late. If he does remember all of a sudden, there's just no other way than it, except it's too late. Because of the two entities there. Bit of a painful blow there to Tightrope. Bambone after 2 Panda 3s decides it's time to bring bigger here. He goes for armed reserves, maybe a Tiger tank, maybe settle for something a bit more modest. First going for the Panda for the double screw Gs, but I'd say there's some validity to all 3 decisions in a sense. But obviously the Tiger tank would be the one that gives Tightrope the most chance at I forget. Pulls ready there with the 3-inch gun. 50% of the Panda Fees. Bambone charging in fearlessly for us fast line to his Panda Fees. Shooting left and right, center. Pulling out there, skedaddling away. 3-inch gun push the heads here backwards. Clearly trying to locate the perfect spot to set it up and start blasting German tanks with. And we are seeing Tightrope slowly starting to bleed out Bambone now, but whether or not that would be enough.
Enemy forces have taken our territory.
Gap is of course a thing we'll have to sort of just wait and see out. But of course, he could go for another gun. Big improvements for them. There you go, Pentagon 50 cal there in absolute chaser there. Outnumbered, outgunned, and chance of survival there next to none as he gets completely cut up with 2 Panda Fees. Visualization of the speed of the Panda Fees there by Bambone. Thumbs up.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
We'll have to see how Tightrope decides to respond to this. I mean, Shermans or Hellcats are obviously a good choice.
We have lost control
There
of
is
the victory point.
obviously can't stall up Pershing because it just went scouts over there. Tightrope has some advantage to limit the variety of options you could try and pick against this, you know, Panzer III heavy build out of Bambone now. We got 392 versus 239.
Proximity alarm near our munitions point.
The Southern units narrowly avoiding getting wiped. A close call here for Tightrope. Closing in the Sherman, the Hellcat here. Even 105 Sherman versus Bambone. There goes scout team down again. Tightrope does seem to have a bit of a problem in his hands when it comes to keeping the scouts in one piece. It's like he was somehow the apprentice to Von at some point and only really land freshman unit participation for the scouts, but none of the other units. Thus failing Von Ivan Academy.
Bersaglieri ready to go.
It was one of the darkest days in Tightrope's life. Really set it so up. Anyways, 105 shown the way there for Tightrope. Means some big guns past the way for the German lines. Seemingly not too concerned about the enemy's armor.
Cover his position. Fight. Orders carried out to the
German 5th cal there giving Tightrope a bit of a tough time. And a farmer Sherman almost done as well here for Type 4. 391 was 222. The attrition between the two is growing, and it's not growing in Tightrope's favor, I think that's just safe to say. There's the area sent packing. Oh, we got the cavalry rolling in here for Bambone. Charging in here. It's a big assault being planned into the flank of Tightrope with all appearances. Cause quite a bit of damage as Tightrope. All of his tightropeness is clearly not ready for this. Leading Tightrope space and pulls out the mercy of the German Panzerwaffe. Bambone they're going for the medical station first. It's better than what you can see. Again, it's also easier to close to take out, so still has something some impact on the Tightrope's economy. Trying to pursue up here, Panther fleets are withdrawing. Center that is firmly held by American forces for now. We still got the sniper alive here for Tightrope, impressively enough. Thumbs up for that.
Victory point under enemy control.
Super team coming in. It's now coming in, so here for Tightrope.
Shall be reinforced, Commandant.
Gap between the two remains firmly German advantage here. Versus Bambone. Still, again, the 105 shot in this sense. Oh, there we go. Pantry down, opposite taken down by the
communication from our Panzer III.
buffed bazooka rocket. Really do a lot of damage to enemy armor. You can see there. And once it gets alive, but still the team ready to fight on. 5th cal there in trouble. Moving in, gun blasting. Massive roar there as it gets a bit of damage in on the crew. But as all this has happened, Bambone there's got the Tiger tank out. He's making up for the loss of the Panther. There you go, 3-inch gun, of course, scores a fantastic hit on the Panzer III. Now they're actually at 1 point considering using the 3-inch gun on the Sherman tank, but decided against it because at the time they did not actually have a turret that could fit the gun in. And later on they just, replaced it with some guns that... Oh, she almost got... Somebody gets the sniper! Pretty good there for Bambone. Another sub across the base with Tightrope. See you heading southwards. An all-American 5th cal here is keeping the Germans firmly preoccupied. But I think that particular mood is going to be disrupted as the Titan pulls in. Great shot on the 5th cal.
Ammunition point is being taken
Almost
from
wipes
us.
out the entire machine gun team near Melbourne Station even on Tightrope as well. German moving northwards here, 50 km away for that one. Probably expect a Hellcat here out of Tightrope response to the Tightrope. Well, I suppose we could try and go for another Finch gun.
A victory point is being
Because
taken from us.
gets the rest of the abilities for them, so the Finch gun become better. Bambone.
The enemy has
Also,
taken a
Bambone can
victory
also
point.
recall selecting more abilities. He's obviously been hyper-focused on the front line and the Tiger tank, so imagine less focus there for the rest. Adding the penalty machine gun there to the Tiger. Remember the sound for anti-aircraft.
Proximity alarm near
But
strategic
it
point.
will be used in other ways. In fact, when German tanks come under attack from aircraft, they just pop their heads inside of the tank like this. Generally, apparently it's not considered timers used aircraft or allied aircraft always the most accurate. It's effective. Damn it. Goes back 385 on the semi-8. There you go, got the bolster and the other bolster there for the support.
The Movente assault guns are available to deploy, Commandant.
Down,
Territory
standability
sector out
there.
of contact.
He's closing on the Pantacini, Stücke on the way
Proximity
here for
alarm near our
Bambone.
munitions point.
A rather brutal choice considering everything else. North here, filing on the flank here. Stücke was almost on for Bambone. Right around the corner. Tightrope there, we'll have to see who goes for next. Obviously can't go for the Pershing. What is his decision here?
Walking Stuka artillery team need orders.
Particularly once the Stukas was arrived, well, that is going to make the thing harder for Tightrope just run like things like the 3-inch gun there. Because as Bambone as does was becoming a very, easy target. And there you go. Stukas was fires northwards.
Victory point.
A bit of grief there to Tightrope.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Some teams are roaming about in larger numbers. Titan explodes in tree on inadvertently to them unexpectedly. But because there's nowhere. They are. Otherwise, I don't think playing quite like there. We do get some safe guarantee for the centre. Machine gun team knocked out. Bambone keeps just pummeling here. Poor Tightrope. There you go. 50 cal. Secured for the Deutschland, meaning right now, Bambone has more 50 cals than his opponent, who's only got one. Hellcats on the way for Tightrope, very much expected here.
Territory lost.
Fresh wave attack here. Attackers. As Bambone once was looking to dislodge his opponent, Hellcat is right around the corner here from Tightrope. There we go. Hellcat is ready. E1 versus 161. 50 gun there getting more. We got the Tiger scores a great hit on the Sherman, but the 3-inch gun gets an even better hit on the flank over the Tiger tank.
We have lost control of a victory point.
To wreck that wreckage, probably to deny Bambone the ability to, go for mechanized center or company, go for the recovery half tech and recover that wreckage. Even just
We may deploy armored reserves, Commandant.
smart play there. In the center, German Italian forces also looking to gain claim to it against the American forces here.
We are losing grasp of a few
381
points.
was 156. 4 rocket strikes off here. Big booms. But this time, not seemingly as impactful. Titan pinwing. German, they're playing in the front line. Definitely a big question on whether the phone has a Tiger tank for starters. Really don't want like 100% easy size. There you go. Unit wiped out. Bazooka team has bazooka. The last tank. And that 3-inch gun continues to be an absolute power striker here. Doing immense damage here to Bambone's Portiga. Centerburg German forces pushing in here. That lone captain there, quite dramatically outgunned. With another 100 functioning for Tightrope. Interesting pick there.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
Don't feel like it's too often you see like people going for double 100 farm Shermans, at least not in the current meta game. An intriguing choice there.
A victory point is being taken from us.
380 rounds on the 43.
Down! Get down!
German 50, they continue to do great work.
Victory point under enemy control.
Harrier! Enemy pipe engaging!
For those wondering, did the Germans have something similar to the 50 coming out? Theoretically, yes. I guess it's the 15 yards on a lot of water cannons at some point. It's like, not much to do with. And that was roughly the equivalent of a 50 cal machine gun. And there were some plans like convertibles like machine guns, but I don't think that got that far and still saw that much usage. It was theoretically something. Anyways, here comes Self Fatigue catching on bonus loan, and the feed on his own. He gets straight into the Hellcat, but Tightrope there dodges it. Well, it's difficult to dodge a strafe and run with a Hellcat. Nonetheless, did it. North machine team goes down, cleared out here by Bambone's heroic infantry.
Work completed!
Causing a fair bit of damage there.
The field weapon has been destroyed.
Just now down. 80 bombs on 41. He actually briefly had the bazooka team run on in the Hellcat. Nice, the captain. Thumbs up. And there you go. 3-inch comes something being crushed right in front of him with Tightrope. Maybe sort of elaborate raid, I don't know. And then he sends in the 200,000 Shermans against the Tiger tank. Mostly guess it's to keep its attention focused anywhere else than the actual tank. 138, bazooka team there again done.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Massive rocket strikes here. Throwing a wrench into Tightrope's plan there, at least for a brief few moments.
Victory point
Makes your
lost.
points wise. Bambone continues to enjoy strong lead over Tightrope. The Tightrope is, I think, definitely making a general impact on the field at this point compared to early into the game.
Our munitions point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Fire in the center there, moments of teaming met with fire. And a lot of Germans. Last out to be quite negative. Bazooka team pushed off, unable to stand against the might of Deutschland.
Let me guess. You want more sandbags?
German forces quickly pulling back, obviously expecting some kind of, like, counter
Supply
attack.
lines are cut.
And here we go,
Territory
function
is
in.
isolated.
Free to sweep out those goddamn crowds.
My loaders down!
And another penalty for Bambone. German panzer being handled with a Sherman, keeping those wheels nearby. As Tightrope continues to squeeze Bambone now. Slowly but steadily, he gets that squeeze in. And Bambone
Our victory point is being
squeeze
neutralized
back
by
on
the
Tightrope.
enemy.
Happens in there, goes through the barrage. Great canopy rockets unleashed
The enemy has
against
taken a victory point.
Tightrope. Because the rockets are having a limited impact here. Tightrope is Bambone. That Hellcat may getting way too close to the sun in this case against the German base. Like Icarus just, you know, don't think too much about it.
Carry it out! Open the hatch! We're getting an MG
78% on 1. We got cheap upgrades there. And ahead there. German troops, they're getting absolute mold in this and got 72% on 1. Bit more pressure here, looking against like get this tightrope back in the box, but it's not going down easy, clearly. 368 on 1. Another Hellcat here on the way. Tightrope. I'm rolling in, almost got the 50 cal, almost got it. So close. South side, better repairs, you better work.
Who knows how to use it?
Each guy just getting things done as well.
Laying mines here. Prep them.
A fuel point is being taken from us!
Hunter is routed further south, he is busy. 66 versus 101. Not continue ticking against Tightrope, but also against Bambone. That said, the borders Elizabeth we do a Tightrope. Where's Tightrope? Well, has to walk a tightrope with the current state of affairs of his battlefield situation there.
Enemy forces have taken our territory!
One thing I think that'd be very good for him to explore is even more mines than what he's got now. Some German mines here, but yeah. More mines from Tightrope, I think, is definitely one of the smartest things you can do because it doesn't really have much other ways of using the mines, but also they can be crucial dealing with any armor pushing out of Bambone. So thumbs up. There you go. Bambone is up to something. The Panther Fleet's going for a deep dive here into Tightrope's rear area, striking hard, striking deep. This side, Hellcat trying to get the ZLE. Resulting in assist here, but not enough to hold the Panther Fleet, not enough to stop them from taking out the medical station here. Flying Tightrope crashes. Healthcare. 40% on 1.
Rollout of engine improvement is underway.
Further.
Vehicles will be able to secure territory shortly.
Okay. Captain the village is there researched. Mr. Bambone name to recover, I think. Nothing selected.
We have lost a squad of Panzer Grenadiers.
Panzer Grenadiers they go down. Now the nasty blow here.
Engine improvement and territory capture.
Still, in those respects, this match is over, I think, okay. Casualty-wise, definitely is. Population-wise, it's really only the victory points at this point to the map control. But there's like some advantage in the other point. Like, all these victory points out of these current map control. You have now forces in back. And one's almost lost his tag, take lost his punch in the air. Things are rapidly going pear-shaped here for Paul. Bambone as Tightrope tightens the rope around his neck.
Tungsten ammunition. A weapon crew has been killed.
Weapon crew down. Closest sniping at the Titans and Panther arriving. Warner Mike is knocking ready to counter-attack him more aggressively, though he needs to get the Titans out. So close to knocking it out there. But there you go. Panther fall to the rescue, supported by the assault grenadiers. And got the Bazooka teams pinned down here by the MD bunkers. Close call, but still, Bambone is really using map control. He needs to like hit back hard. Hit back hard. I think there's going to be a bit surprising to attack. He just needs to get. There's always a possibility.
Assault grenadiers. Our light support company has sustained damage.
Assault grenadiers sadly did not have much on them. Tiger tank, not doing self-repairs. Definitely dedicate some fancy money to repair faster. 298 was on 1. There you go. Panther swinging, going for deep dive against Tightrope. Take out the half, taking out the Sherman, depending on the other flank. Nice push actually by Bambone. Two thumbs up. This is really good push here. Good use of attacking there from some sides. Catching support weapons. Jams and drop could knock them out. He commits. There's going to be hit. There's going to be a GT one who's not on all the armor here. Chart's going to be very little left here to defend the Bambone. Got one Sherman. A Sherman. They'll turn upon the gun. This left this bit to the base. That's going to be fairly one-sided affair. Down it goes. Do we get another Hellcat at this stage? It does feel like it's too little. And there you go. Tightrope surrenders. GG. Game over. Fell off. Right. Game over. GG. And this is Imperial saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for another time. Bye everyone.